Always we know there are weak individuals in the society. This is how life is. In the creation of Allah, always there are weak among us. Animals, there are weak among them. Human beings, there are people who are born in a state of weakness. Well, they have maybe syndromes or all of these things. And or maybe, as Allah said, miskin or abandoned or traveling far away, or all of those, miskin and yatim and orphan and so on and so forth. This is an obligation, that's third obligation. The first one with Allah, second with your parents and relatives, third to take care of those who are unfortunate in the society. You have to contribute, you have to pay your share in taking care of those who are sick, disease, handicap, has defect, has mental challenges, whatever, have poverty, don't have parents, all of these in the society. That is the third obligation that I have to, as I have to pray, I have to contribute to my limit toward taking care of these who are unfortunate, who are weak, basically, who are weak in the society. Weak sometimes, like prisoner of war, they are weak. You have to take care of them. Or like in some conditions, children are weak. You have to take care of them. Widows, sick, all of these weak in the society that I must contribute to take care of them. That's number 3. Number 4 comes to the management, money management. That's money management. That it is an obligation in Islam that you manage your money efficiently and justly and correctly. So, said do not extravagance, nor be in state of misery, that you worship money. You get to be balanced, and you get to manage basically your money and your wealth in the right way. That's number 1. Okay, we are realistic. We need to listen. Number 1 and 2, toward Allah. Believe only in Him and worship only in Him. I worship only Him. Number 3, parents and relatives. Number 4, the weak ones among society and even animals. Number 5, money management. Is not allowed to, as we said, to spend extensively or extravagance or being greedy and miserable. That's number what, Musa? Number 4 or 5? Oh my God, you want to sleep. I'm trying to summarize. Okay, number 1 what?
Allah.
And number 2 also Allah. Number 1, believe only in Him. Number 2, worship only in Him. 2, parents and relatives. 3,
Behave.
Generous words.
this is all toward the parents and relatives. And everybody else.
And then take care of the weak.
Okay, take care of the weak ones. And number 5,
Efficiently money.
money management. Number 6, وَلَا تَقْتُلُوا أَوْلَادَكُمْ مِنْ إِمْلَاقٍ. Protect your progeny. Means you have to basically, you are not allowed to do abortion. That's basically what it is. Because you are afraid of money. It's not allowed. If you prevent pregnancy, that's fine. But pregnancy is there, you are not allowed to eliminate it. And you have to protect your progeny, regardless whether you are poor or rich. So you think about it and you calculate it. You think I cannot offer this child and abort it. That is forbidden. And so, but you are allowed to prevent pregnancy from happening. Conception, what?
Contraceptive.
No, when the eggs fertilize.
Conception. Oh, that
Oh.
conception.
Right. You can prevent conception. But if conception happens, you have to protect.
But Sheikh, we have to stop the adultery too. You know, everything starts from adultery.
Right. You're right. Because also adultery is one of the problems. Okay, well, unwanted pregnancy because of adultery and fornication. And that has to be stopped. And it's going to come here, one of these orders. So number one, this one. We need to go. I thought somebody is following. Huh? Number 6? So,
Now we're doing 7.
number, are you sure?
Yes.
Number 7, وَلَا تَقْرَبُوا الزِّنَا. What he said. Do not come closer to adultery or fornication. It's not just don't make zina, don't make adultery. No. And we went on and on and on about this. وَلَا تَقْرَبُوا الزِّنَا. Whatever means behaviors, word, clues that is going to lead to adultery or fornications is not allowed. Means preventing way ahead. Not you basically, as we said last time, what we do today, we prepare conditions to be,
Right.
to be so favorable to commit adultery and to fornication, and then say, don't do it. That's illogic, and it doesn't make any sense. Allah said, you're going to prevent it only by cutting off all the means that might lead to it. All the means might lead to it, you cut it off. Somebody addicted to gambling, and you give them money. Say, don't gamble. Okay, take some more money. Don't gamble. Take some more money. Don't gamble. It will never happen. It's the end of it. And the example we said, what? You tie the hands of your son and you then throw them into the water and say, if you get wet, I will beat you up. Yeah, well, good luck. I'm going to get wet anyway. So say, and that's why don't come closer to it. This is number what?
That was 7.
7. Now this is something, as we say today, the society has been structured to bring people closer to it. By all means and ways. Structured, the fashion, the models, the business, the movies, the mixing, the makeup, the perfume, the all being really built around to bring people close to adultery and fornication. And they say, you better be decent, honest, sincere, a person with integrity. Well, some they do, some they can't. They fail. Temptations, they are weak, they are young, shaitan, they don't fear Allah, they don't have values, so they just do it, and that's why they go to this abortion and all these kids being thrown away, set for adoption and all these things. So Allah said, just you need to clean the environment. Just as it is in the Muslim society, where segregation is required, wearing modest clothes for men and women, and no seclusion between them, and so on and so forth. This is how you can minimize. You cannot prevent 100%, but you minimize it to the minimum possible. That those things will not happen, except in extreme conditions. So that's number what? 7. Number 8. وَلَا تَقْتُلُوا النَّفْسَ الَّتِي حَرَّمَ اللَّهُ إِلَّا بِالْحَقِّ. Don't kill innocent people, basically. Taking life of other human being, it should go through through justice. Anything other than justice is not allowed. Anybody deserve to be executed, it has to go through complete system of justice and review. They go to the first level of court, and then the second level of court, and then the third level of court, and then to the governor, then to the also on. It's not just you just chop the head of somebody you don't like, or you declare war by yourself, and you are going to. All of this is not allowed in Islam. If someone to be killed or executed, it has to go through the system of justice, which is just a system full of integrity and review until everybody agree that's what is it. And we said in this case in Islam, which is different than non-Islamic system, what? Someone that murdered someone else and went through the justice, and it was the verdict for this person to be executed, is still the victims, they have the right to set that person free, not the government. The government definitely, they have the right. But also the victims, the relatives of the victims, they have the right to spare their life and say, we don't want them to be executed, then cannot be executed, even if the government said so or the court said so. So these are another way to save life. That was number what? 8? All right. Number 9, here, a specific case of those weak ones. We said weak ones, they are almost probably 9 categories that are stated here and there. And one of them is the orphan. This is one of the weak individuals in the society. So already over there, we are obligated to take care of those weak ones among the society. Here specifically Allah said orphan, they have to have special status. That in Islamic society, orphaned, we said, they are rich. Orphaned, they are rich because they have the share of zakah to be given to them. And zakah is much in the Islamic state of countries. The zakah is a lot of money. So they are qualified to the aid of the zakah. All orphaned, there is a system to distribute the financial obligation from all the ummah, from all Muslims, and divide it in 8 portions, and one of these portions is going to go to the orphaned. Now if they have gotten charities, they inherited something, so they are basically from day one, they have kind of income and wealth. Allah said, it is an obligation on you to manage their wealth in their best interest. Those orphaned, it's an obligation on you to manage their wealth in their best interest. That number 1. And number 9. Number 10, the one we just said today, selling and buying. It got to be basically adhere to integrity and disclosure to all things that are matters to the subject, to the surface, to the product, to the produce you are going to sell, and make sure the buyer is aware of everything. Other than that, it's a kind of cheating, and it is forbidden not to let the buyer aware of all the details and all the problems of this product, of surface, or produce, or so on and so forth. That is number 10. Number 11, this لا تقف ما ليس لك به علم. Do not claim that you know something unless for sure you know it. You have detailed, confirmed, authentic knowledge about it. Otherwise, don't claim yourself you know anything about it. That's one. Number 2, which is part of it as explanation, do not basically transgress to the privacy of others. It's not your business, it's not your business. privacy of others is protected totally. So long they do it in their own privacy, it is their right to do whatever they want to do, even to commit a sin. So long they do it, drink in their home, it is not business to do anything. Now if they do something that might lead to commit adultery, and then there is a pregnancy, and there is the children, then that is not their privacy, that is leading to affect the society. And that is something, it got to be different. Whatever, they don't pray, or they drink, that's going to only hurt themselves. Let them do it, you are not responsible for that. So that is, we said two things. وَلَا تَقْفُ مَا لَيْسَ لَكَ بِهِ عِلْمٍ إِنَّ السَّمْعَ وَالْبَصَرَ وَالْفُؤَادَ كُلُّ أُولَٰئِكَ كَانَ عَنْهُ مَسْئُولًا. And the last one, number 12, وَلَا تَمْشِ فِي الْأَرْضِ مَرَحًا. Don't walk on the surface of the earth with pride and arrogancy, where you belittle others, degrade others, boost yourself, and neglect responsibility or the needs of those you might face. And basically tell Musa, don't speed. Honestly, if you get speeding ticket, you have committed a sin. Forget about the law and the legal responsibility, that's your story. Islamically, you have committed a sin according to this verse. So, وَلَا تَمْشِ فِي الْأَرْضِ مَرَحًا. If they say 40, just go 40. Why you go more? Because yes, you broke the law, but also you have violated the rule of Allah. And so, all kids today, they just feel proud, getting tickets and tickets and tickets. They feel they are strong. That's foolishness, stupidity, and haram. Really. Just go like anybody else. So we finished it, and I think we are verse number 39. Allah said this is exactly the same was given to all prophets. Was given to Ibrahim, to Noah, given to Moses, given to Jesus. These values and those principles were given in the previous messages. And ذلك مما أوحى إليك ربك من الحكمة ولا تجعل مع الله إلها آخر فتلقى في جهنم ملوما مذكورا. This has been revealed in his book, and asking Allah, human being, to adhere to those moral principles. And Allah said these are the best, and these are the just, the fair moral value principle that you as human being need to adhere, but it is not an optional for you to abide by or not. It is Allah made it an obligation, so don't break it. Wallahu a'lam. So we are going to stop here. Jazakumullah khair. Anybody, that's fine. 1920, that's fine, because we finished big section, deep section, long. It took us 3 weeks to finish those. But if you took the picture, you see what kind of society is going to be if people adhere to those 12 principles, moral and value principles. You can see what Allah wants, what kind of society it will be. What kind of society is that? Can you imagine? Anybody can? If you are good with Allah, and good with your relatives and parents, and good with the weak ones, and good with money, and good with other human beings, and controlling your senses, it's just a total peaceful society that is really pure, full of love and connection and purity in that society. That's what kind of society Allah wants us to create. But as we said, today those principles now, people, they think they are personal choice. You want to do that or not, it's up to you. Allah said, no, it's not personal choice. It is an obligation, and it is must. And you have no options except to adhere and abide by this. Jazakumullah khair. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Anybody has anything or comments, question, or?